Imagine a place so arid and inhospitable that it seems rain has forever forgotten its sandy expanses, while the sun relentlessly beats down, turning the land into a scorching plain. Welcome to Peru, a country where astonishing natural and cultural phenomena intertwine into a remarkable kaleidoscope. Here in the waters of the Amazon, mysterious pink dolphins glide silently, and love and craftsmanship are delicately woven into handmade hats that local women gladly wear, preserving ancient traditions. In this land of breathtaking landscapes and ancient customs, charismatic natural wonders meet authentic cultural practices that sometimes seem to defy logic and common sense. From surreal eternal vistas to ordinary rituals found nowhere else, Peru unravels a world where the extraordinary becomes part of everyday life, and every trail and moment holds secrets of centuries past. As we embark on this exciting journey, let us explore 15 truly astonishing facts that make Peru such a unique and memorable place. One of the most mysterious and wondrous sights is Lake Titicaca, situated at an elevation of over 12,500 feet above sea level. Undoubtedly, it is the highest navigable lake in the world. It is here that a unique people, the Euros, live, maintaining their distinctive traditions despite centuries of change. Instead of conventional brick or reinforced concrete structures, the inhabitants create entire islands from dried totora reeds, a water plant perfectly suited for building. Their houses, boats, and even beds are handcrafted from this natural material through skillful craftsmanship passed down through generations. To prevent their islands from sinking, families add new layers of reeds weekly, reinforcing their homes and creating stable foundations. Currently, around 70 such floating islands exist, inhabited by 3 to 10 families each, forming self-governing communities that select leaders according to traditional rules. The local residents travel across the lake in homemade reed boats, often called Peru's boat ubus, quaint vessels that unite the community and ferry them to neighbors, friends, and relatives. Despite their traditional lifestyle, these people actively embrace modern technology. Many go live on social media to sell their handcrafted products, unique woven baskets, textiles, and jewelry. For tourists and visitors, this community is open with vibrant traditional costumes, friendly smiles, and boats shaped like birds, adding colorful charm to their folk style. Visitors can spend the night, enjoy the taste of grilled fish at sunset, and listen to fascinating stories and legends told in their native languages. It is a society that seems to float above the water's surface, surpassing any earthly ground with softness and lightness, while simultaneously preserving deep cultural roots and traditions rooted in centuries. Only here is it possible to swim alongside pink dolphins, extraordinary, astonishing creatures that, against all odds, continue to inspire and captivate. Imagine pristine white beaches washed by blue waters, surrounded by lush tropical forests where animals seem to have stepped out of ancient myths and legends. Welcome to Mancora, one of the most famous Peruvian paradise corners, considered one of the best sandy beaches in the country. Here, year-round, sunlight delights visitors, and the air temperature hovers around 27 degrees Celsius, creating an ideal climate for relaxation and entertainment. In this paradise, you can fully unwind and enjoy privacy in comfortable bungalows located right by the ocean, taste fresh seafood prepared according to traditional recipes, or swim in the warm waters where the cool Humboldt and warm El Niño currents meet, rich with turtles, tunas, and humpback whales. But the most amazing and enchanting experiences await those who venture into the depths of Peruvian Amazon, a tropical jungle filled with sounds, scents, and secrets. It is there that you can swim with the world's only freshwater dolphin that turns pink with age. Initially, these marine mammals are gray, but over time, their skin takes on an extraordinary pink hue, transforming them into symbols of Amazonian magic and mystery. When a hand dips into the dark water and a pink dolphin surfaces nearby, the feeling of wonder and magic overwhelms the entire being. This is not just a moment, but a reminder that our planet still hides many secrets and countless natural wonders awaiting their time to be revealed to the world. The highlands of the Andes, with their rugged beauty, picturesque peaks, and ancient traditions, are yet another irresistible part of Peruvian heritage. There you can meet strong, sun-tanned women in bright, multi-layered skirts, rushing to lively morning markets, busy with their routines, creating a unique atmosphere of wild, vibrant life infused with centuries of history and cultural richness. Thus, in every corner of Peru, a unique story unfolds, each area filled with its own charm and character, and the richness of nature and culture continues to inspire those seeking new experiences and uncharted boundaries of the world. These skirts, whose layers can range from a minimum of 1 or 2 to as many as 10, serve not only to protect against the weather and provide warmth, but also carry a deep symbolic meaning. Each of them is not just a piece of clothing, but a testament to traditions, status, and cultural identity. The fuller and more voluminous the skirt, the higher the likely social standing of its wearer. Every stain and embroidery on the fabrics, handcrafted, told a rich story about gods and natural forces, about hungry harvests, or about passionate, sometimes tragic love. For women living in isolated mountain villages, these skirts and their patterns became a kind of dialogue with history, a bridge between the past and the present. Wearing them is rooted in centuries-old traditions, yet modern women display remarkable skill. They skillfully blend ancient customs with the spirit of modernity. Following tradition, they engage in agriculture, craft work, and even appear on digital platforms like TikTok, where they share glimpses of their lives in fluent Spanish. There is a fascinating ritual in some regions where women take the initiative. They make proposals to their chosen ones without saying a word. They bring him to their home and thus perform a silent, wordless, but highly expressive act of consent. This ancient tradition, dating back to times of old, completely reverses conventional gender roles and attracts great interest from tourists and researchers. In the misty green-covered hills of the Shanxi region, often called the Hat Capital, women speak an especially expressive language of gestures. They convey their feelings without a single word, using specific signs and symbols. For example, a tilted hat embroidered with flowers signals interest, while a hat worn straight and level indicates that the woman's heart is already taken and she is not seeking new connections. During the Caloriti Festival, one of the grand indigenous celebrations dedicated to snow and light, thousands of Quechua women wear their most exquisite, richly embroidered costumes, monteras decorated with sacred symbols that tell ancient legends and stories. These garments are not merely festive attire, but serve as repositories of memory and faith. During this vibrant event, they dance, their hats coquettishly tilt or rise, and their gaze, filled with quiet hope and romantic excitement, searches the crowd for someone special. It is not only a spectacular parade, but also a profound spiritual act that connects generations, unites hearts, and ignites emotions. From the mystical region of Lambayeque, considered one of the oldest and most mysterious in Peru, to the famous Cusco, archaeological and cultural guardian of the indigenous civilization, archaeologists have uncovered unique artifacts that amaze and inspire with their antiquity and craftsmanship. Among them are the Inca whistling vessels, over 1,000 years old. These extraordinary musical instruments not only produced melodies, but also played important ritual roles. Part 4 of 12. It is astonishing that these vessels produce sounds that imitate various animals, owls, parrots, frogs, as well as human breathing. To generate a sound, there is no need to blow into the vessel. Simply tilting or shaking it is enough. Inside, special acoustic phenomena are created that can reproduce naturalistic sounds. Modern research and testing have confirmed their high accuracy and complexity, and some vessels are capable of forming three-dimensional soundscapes comparable in quality to modern audio speakers. All of this amazes scientists, who still acknowledge the skill of ancient Peruvians, the creators of these remarkable musical masterpieces. Originally, these vessels were used in ceremonies to establish a connection with nature and higher powers, for healing and for receiving revelations. Their relevance has not faded. Some modern practices still utilize such vessels in sound therapy, meditation, and yoga practices, as their magical properties continue to inspire and heal. At an altitude of more than 14,000 feet above sea level, amidst the majestic slopes and valleys of the Peruvian Andes, peacefully graze the vicuñas, powerful and graceful animals revered even in Inca times. In ancient times, they were considered sacred beings protected by gods and depicted on coins, emblems, and national coats of arms. The characteristic soft wool of the vicuña is one of the most precious and delicate in the world, superior in quality to expensive cashmere fabrics and sometimes costing up to $4,000 for a single full-length scarf. These special sheep are sheared only once every 3 years, during the traditional ritual called chaku, which essentially involves a living chain of people and animals. Local residents carefully surrounded and shorn them before releasing them back into the wild. This ceremony was conducted with care and respect for each creature and symbolized the human connection to nature and gratitude for the land's generosity. In cities such as Cusco and Puno, famous centers of crafts and culture, fluffy alpacas, colorful and cozy, walk the streets as if they are fashion icons from fairy tale lands. They wear ponchos and knitted hats, always looking very cute and deliberately dressed up, enhancing their image as if they are plush models from a fashion era. An image firmly ingrained in daily life in Peru. In some small villages scattered across vast plains, one might notice astonishing signs resembling familiar road or informational signs. For example, caution signs featuring images of alpacas that, in form and purpose, clearly resemble the deer signs in the United States used to mark hunting grounds or seasonal migrations. These symbols serve as warnings or markers of specific territories but carry a special cultural significance in this context. They are established to serve as a reminder of the local traditions and unique characteristics of the region, infused with the richness and authenticity of its people, where alpacas play an important role in life and culture. On the magical Tequila Island, hidden in the waters of the mysterious Lake Titicaca, unfolds one of the most unusual and touching traditions known throughout South America. This island, a true corner of enchantment, attracts visitors not only with its natural beauty and mystical atmosphere, but also with unique rites associated with seeking love and future destiny. Here men begin a special ritual involving knitting to find their fate. Their proverb perfectly reflects the attitude toward this craft. If you want to marry, start with the first stitch. Indeed, in these lands, knitting is not just a craft, but an essential part of a ceremony, a way to convey sincerity and readiness to start a family. Boys from a young age learn the art of knitting hats out of alpaca wool, one of the warmest and most pleasant materials in the world. These hats, called chula, symbolize one's attitude toward the future and serve as a kind of cultural protection. Not only the process of knitting matters, but also its quality. The tighter and more even the stitches, the neater each row, the more respected and worthy the young man is considered. This criterion becomes an important part of his social status and respect. Additionally, the entire ceremony includes a practical test. The future bride's father conducts a special inspection of the hat. He pours water into it. If no drop leaks inside, the hat is considered well knitted, and the suitor is deemed worthy. However, if water seeps through, the candidate receives a polite but firm rejection. Creating such a hat takes from 3 to 4 months, making this item not just a piece of clothing, but a cultural equivalent of an engagement ring, symbolizing serious intent and love. Local residents also allow tourists to participate in this ancient art, trying their hand at knitting a chula. However, it is important to remember the color symbolism, which carries special meaning. For example, a solid red indicates that the man is already married, while red and white suggest he is still single. A black hat is reserved solely for village elders. Only those who have reached a certain stage of spiritual and age-related maturity may wear it. 8,500 years ago, this tradition was so valued that UNESCO recognized it as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity, noting that it is a source of pride for Peruvian culture. In this tradition, skill and patience become an integral part of the path to the heart and love, transforming ordinary knitting into a sacred act. Peru's capital, Lima, ranks second among cities located in desert zones on Earth, surpassed only by Cairo in population. Despite the widespread belief that this city is hot and dry all year round, the reality is much more diverse. During the winter months, which in the southern hemisphere fall in June, July, and August, Lima is wrapped in a light frost known locally as La Garua. This invisible chill rises above the city, turning its streets paved with ancient cobblestones into a picturesque fairy tale landscape. reminiscent of pages from a fantasy novel. Daytime in Lima is filled with noise and activity, minivans, mototaxis, street vendors, and their calls from markets create an atmosphere of lively warmth and hustle. At the Mercado de Surquillo, you can find everything, from roasted guinea pigs, traditionally considered a delicacy, to purple potatoes of unusual coloration and black corn, adding a special flavor to local cuisine. This market is a true temple for gourmets and those seeking unusual products. The hidden gem of this city is the picanterias, family-run snack bars located right within residential buildings. They lack bright signs or menus. Instead, a red cloth often hangs at the door, serving as a sign, "Come in, you're home." Such cozy places exude a special atmosphere of warmth and hospitality, as if welcoming all visitors into not just a kitchen, but a family hearth. And with nightfall, Lima transforms into a different city. The streets light up with neon signs featuring fresco-style murals, bright Peruvian street art. Music emanates from restaurants, bars, and waterfronts, creating an atmosphere of celebration and tranquility. Vibrant plazas, rooftop bars overlooking the Pacific Ocean, colonial architecture, street art, all weave together into a vibrant tapestry, making Lima's nightlife truly unforgettable and attractive to everyone who loves life and culture. Peru is renowned not only for its desert landscapes, but also for the magical wilderness of the Amazon rainforest, which covers a significant part of the country. However, on the western coast, as if in another universe, lies one of the driest regions in the world, the Sechura Desert. In some areas, there has been no rainfall for over 800 years, and in certain years, absolute drought has been recorded, making this region one of the most harsh and arid on the planet. Here, unique landscapes resemble the surface of the moon, scorched by the sun and winds, devoid of lakes or greenery, typical of tropical regions. Scientists have established that from the 6th century BC to the 21st century AD, this region experienced no rainfall at all. Despite its cold, lifeless reputation, ancient civilizations arose and thrived in these desert expanses. Over centuries, cultures such as the Nazca and Moche lived and prospered in these barren lands. Rightly called the engineers of the desert, they managed to create unique geoglyphs, giant lines and figures visible from high satellite orbits, resembling an enormous open-air museum. These mysterious and still clearly recognizable images testify to a high level of technical skill and organization by their creators, keeping their secrets for those willing to view them, not only from the ground but also from orbit. Deeply buried in the expansive jungles of the Amazon, recently discovered and provocatively mysterious, is the famous Machu Picchu, one of the most well-known and revered wonders of the world. This ancient city remained hidden from the world for a long time, shrouded in mystical shadows for centuries. For over 4 centuries, it was unknown to modern times until early in the 20th century, when American archaeologist and explorer Hiram Bingham uncovered its treasures. Its revival was a true revelation. What was unveiled was not just a complex of ruins, but an entire stone city, seeming to hover on the boundary between clouds and spinning rocky peaks of mountain summits. Even then and now, an astonishing fact remains. It was built without the use of wheels or cement, creating the impression that it is a creation from another world, because the technology used in its construction was fundamentally different from all known methods of that time. The foundation of such an extraordinary structure was based on a technique called ashlar, which allowed each stone to be carefully carved and fitted so precisely that not even the sharpest blade could slip between them. The majestic space of Machu Picchu includes more than 150 structures of various purposes: temples, channels, terraces, and warehouses, many of which were precisely aligned with astronomical phenomena and sacred landscapes. The ancient city was built so that all structures are oriented in relation to celestial bodies and natural landmarks, creating a harmony of space in which every detail plays its role. The most mysterious and simultaneously enigmatic object is the Intihuatana stone, a sacred site used for determining solar cycles and linking to solstices. On the days of the spring equinox, The sun illuminates this stone so that its surface is completely shadowless, serving as an ancient astronomical marker. It is said that touching this stone allows one to feel the energy of the ancient Incas, their strength and wisdom imbued in the stone millennia ago. Today, access to the complex is limited to no more than 2,500 visitors per day, helping to preserve its unique atmosphere and ensure monument protection. Yet despite restrictions and conservation efforts, Machu Picchu continues to hold the status of the most popular tourist attraction in South America for over a decade. Its annual influx of tourists brings over $3 million to the region's economy, confirming the enduring interest and value of this place for the whole world. In Peru itself, besides Machu Picchu, there are many other natural wonders worthy of the attention of travelers and nature enthusiasts. Among them is the vibrant and unusual Vinicunca Rainbow Mountain, over 17,000 feet high. This mountain, previously hidden beneath eternal snow cover, has blossomed into bright, colorful stripes due to climate changes. Its slopes are decorated with bands of vivid red, rich green, deep purple, and sunny yellow hues, as if painted by an artist's brush across the vast canvas of nature. These multicolored stripes reveal not just a whimsical pattern, but a true work of natural art, inspiring awe. Nearby lies the Colca Canyon, over 10,000 feet deep, which in its impressive scale surpasses the famous Grand Canyon. The views here are truly breathtaking and evoke a deep sense of awe, as the majestic landscape is complemented by the powerful presence of giant Andean condors nesting and soaring high above, as if guarding these beauties under their wings. Walking along the edge of the canyon, visitors can watch these giants soaring just beneath their feet, creating the illusion that the sky and earth have merged into a single entity at that moment. If architecture and historic monuments interest you more, pay attention to the city of Arequipa, known as the White City. Its buildings are made from gleaming volcanic stones, giving them a bright and distinctive appearance reminiscent of European architecture. Yet despite this European resemblance, these structures blend harmoniously with the natural landscape of the Andes, creating a unique ensemble where ancient architecture and wild nature coexist seamlessly. Experts in tourism agree that Peru offers a unique combination of spectacular scenery, rich traditions, and a storied history, making it one of the most attractive destinations for adventurers and explorers. A special symbol of its cultural heritage is the Inti Raymi Festival, one of the largest and most festive celebrations held in Peru. This festival, restored in 1943 based on ancient records and traditions, has become a true national event that unites people in admiration and reverence for their ancestors. Each year, more than 800 participants dressed in fur capes and adorned with golden headdresses perform vibrant, spectacular dances within an ancient stone fortress. The entire city comes alive through ceremonies and rituals, reflecting deep respect for the roots and culture of the Incas. This festival attracts over 100,000 tourists to the country and ranks among the most important cultural events in Latin America. Many foreign visitors describe it as one of the most vibrant and sacred celebrations they have ever witnessed, impressing them with its sincerity and solemnity. From time to time, you can immerse yourself in an atmosphere of deep mysticism by attending the Mamicha Carmen Festival in the town of Paucartamba. There, locals wear unusual masks, perform lively dances, sing hymns, and stage fiery shows in honor of the Virgin Mary. All of this creates a spectacle of colors, sounds, and sensations, filling each visitor's heart with a sense of connection to ancient traditions and the living spiritual culture of this remarkable region. Peru features an extraordinary cultural phenomenon, a fusion of ancient indigenous beliefs and Catholicism, which together create a unique, sacred, yet enchanting atmosphere. This combination is impossible to ignore. It manifests in various rituals, festivals, and ceremonial practices passed down through generations, often astonishing with their harmony. Sacred traditions and religious rites rooted in centuries past intertwine with Catholic practices, forming a special spiritual backdrop that fills the hearts of all who encounter this heritage. In such an environment, an indescribable feeling of connection to the past is felt, along with the opportunity to understand how ancient beliefs continue to live today, enriching the lives of local residents with a special meaning and a sense of inner peace. To escape and shed your accumulated stress during this rich cultural experience, it is essential to visit the vibrant and lively carnival held annually in the small but picturesque town of Cajamarca. Every February morning, the town is infused with festive cheer, transforming into a colorful masquerade spectacle where each participant changes into vivid costumes, adornments, and masks that reflect the region's rich cultural palette. As people walk through the streets, they dance, revel in an atmosphere of joy and freedom, and indulge in splashes of colorful paint, powder, and water balloons, creating a week-long water carnival filled with bright colors and energetic music. This celebration is similar to those taking place in other parts of the country, each with its own unique traditions. For example, Peru also hosts an unusual and very humorous festival called Takanaki, where scenes reminiscent of theatrical battles are performed, and people humorously stage real fights for the new year, all for a very curious reason, rooted in ancient superstitions embedded in the national culture. Peru's unique regional destiny and rich traditions attract those seeking not only extraordinary experiences, but also a comfortable climate, a diverse and vibrant culture, stunning natural landscapes, and opportunities for a life with lower costs, unlike the high expenses typical of North American and European countries. Specifically in cities such as Cusco, Arequipa, and the capital Lima, the average living cost for a single person range from about $800 to $1,000 per month, which is roughly 30 to 40% of the cost of living in the United States. Renting a fully furnished apartment for a month can cost as little as $300 to $500, depending on its location and proximity to the city center. Utilities, electricity, water, and internet amount to approximately $60 to $80 per month. Public transportation, such as buses, is quite affordable, only about 30 cents per ride, and short taxi trips cost less than $3, making mobility very accessible and convenient. A meal at a local cafe costs roughly $3 to $5, allowing for a satisfying meal, while groceries for home cooking are around $40 to $50 a week. The cost of a membership at an average level gym ranges from $25 to $35 per month, and the global price standards for dental services are about $20 for a routine exam. All of this seems remarkably inexpensive compared to prices in the United States. U.S. citizens who visit Peru once as tourists are allowed to stay here without a visa for exactly 1,830 days. For those wishing to stay longer, work, or live permanently, a temporary residence, pension, or investment visa must be obtained through the appropriate immigration authorities or the Peruvian consulate. Historically, in the 10th century, Peru's wealth was not extracted from mines as it is today, but fell from the sky, specifically guano, the droppings of seabirds rich in nitrogen, which accumulated in thick layers of several centimeters on coastal islands like Chincha, and preserved well due to the absence of rain and humidity. This white gold, or oro blanca, made Peru one of the wealthiest countries in South America, with export revenues making up about 80% of the country's economy at that time. The global demand for guano was immense. Even the United States imported millions of tons of this natural fertilizer to support agriculture in the southern states. Later, a conflict arose between Peru, Bolivia, and Chile over control of islands rich in guano and nitrates, becoming an important chapter in regional history. Today, Peru remains a leading producer of high-quality guano, extracting it responsibly on more than 20 coastal islands. One of the sources of national pride is also its culinary art. First and foremost is the famous national dish, ceviche, which has become a symbol of the country. This fresh, spicy, and aromatic dish is prepared from raw fish marinated in lime juice, enriched with citrus notes, along with red onion, spicy ají peppers, and fresh cilantro. The result is a vibrant dish full of bold flavors and aromas, perfectly complemented by sweet potatoes and Peruvian corn, creating a unique gastronomic experience. Thanks to its brightness and originality, ceviche has transcended national cuisine and gained popularity far beyond Peru's borders, becoming one of the symbols of the country's modern and dynamic image. The culinary world of Peru includes dishes that easily grace the menus of prestigious restaurants, from the busy streets of New York to the ultra-modern Tokyo. The cuisine of this South American country is a true kaleidoscope of flavors, blending the richness and diversity of traditional recipes, local ingredients, and influences from various cultures. Another place where the full palette of Peruvian gastronomy reveals itself is not only in restaurants but also on streets, markets, and home kitchens, where every meal turns into a small national celebration. Take, for example, one of the most famous and beloved dishes, lomo saltado. This is juicy, aromatic sautéed beef, usually prepared from thinly sliced fresh meat cooked until golden crust is formed. It is served with onions, tomatoes, soy sauce, and crispy French fries, all together creating a harmonious and flavorful combination. This dish distinctly showcases the unique features of Peruvian cuisine, where a distinctive blend of ingredients combines with Chinese culinary influence that arrived through historic trade routes. Such a synthesized and harmonious pairing makes it a real centerpiece of any table, and its ability to balance flavors is a testament to the craftsmanship of local chefs. If you're looking for something cozier and more homely, a quiet, enchanting core of Peruvian cuisine, you should pay attention to a dish called ají de gallina. This is tender, soft chicken stew often prepared in Peruvian families on cold evenings, gathering loved ones around. It contains ají peppers, which give the dish a pleasant spiciness, as well as milk, nuts, and cheese, combined into a harmonious bouquet of flavors. This stew is an example of warmth and hospitality, characteristic of local culinary traditions, rooted in deep respect for family values and a gentle connection to natural ingredients. On the streets of Lima, filled with sounds and aromas, you definitely won't pass by one of the symbols of street Peruvian food, the anticucho. These are small grilled skewers made from beef heart, cooked over coals, renowned for their rich aroma and unique tenderness. Meat cooked to a crispy crust on the outside and juicy on the inside instantly attracts passers-by, becoming a true gastronomic symbol of street routines and celebrations. Anticucho is not just street food, it is a cultural phenomenon that reflects deep-rooted traditions and the craftsmanship of local chefs who can turn simple ingredients into exquisite delight. The rich world of Peruvian cuisine and traditions features over 5,000 diverse dishes, each with its own unique history and character. Additionally, there is an incredible abundance of potatoes, more than 1,000 varieties, holding a special place in the nation's cuisine and culture. And of course, one should not forget the numerous types of chili peppers, most of which are characterized by their bright spiciness and aroma. All of this makes Peruvian gastronomy not only rich but also vibrantly colorful, a true cultural and culinary journey capable of surprising even the most discerning gourmets and inspiring new sensations and ideas. It is worth noting that Peru is also the homeland of one of the oldest and most unique alcoholic beverages in the world, chicha. This ancient fermented drink is made from corn and has a rich history dating back to pre-Incan times, when it first began to be consumed in what is now Peru. In some remote tribal communities, where tradition remains a sacred part of culture, chicha is still prepared according to classic recipes, just as their ancestors did. Its important use extends beyond everyday life to religious rituals and festive ceremonies, where it symbolizes the connection between past eras and the present, spiritual unity and tradition. Moreover, Peru is renowned for the high quality of its coffee, grown in the unique high-altitude conditions of the Andes. This coffee features a rich, intense aroma and deep flavor that cannot be mistaken for any other. There are many varieties suitable for cultivation in the harsh mountain climate, and all are highly valued worldwide. The unique climate and soil make Peruvian coffee especially aromatic and full-bodied, and its popularity and demand grow year by year, making it a vital part of the country's economy. Truly, this beverage is a bridge between antiquity and modernity, a symbol of the continuity of traditions and innovative approaches to agriculture. Thus, Peru is not just a country with abundant nature and history. It is a true treasure trove of cultural and gastronomic riches, preserving unique traditions learned over centuries and constantly evolving at a modern pace, continuing to surprise and delight all who visit.